Hey everybody, and Happy New Year! I hope you all had a great Christmas and managed to get some all-important gaming in and maybe some new games. Although for me, I didn't actually get any new games this year because my Christmas goal was to finish games, alright? I'm looking at the backlog, and number one on my backlog was to beat Red Dead 2. And I'm very happy to report that on Christmas Day, I did actually finish Red Dead Redemption 2. It was bittersweet, but I had to do it. Now I know what you're thinking, Lucy. Is it going to show up in the road to platinum number 100? Now, I'm not going to commit because I will platinum this game, yes, okay? I want to make a special effort for games I really love, and I really love this game. But if you want to see the finish of the road to 100 sometime this decade, then I might have to play some other games and then get round to that eventually, because the grind is frickin' real. I looked at some of the things I have to do. I'm not done with this game for a long stretch. So maybe it'll come in as a wild card if I can be bothered to commit to it, but for now, I'm going to be focusing on some other games. Anyways, today we're going to be doing the gaming wrap-up video for 2019. So last year I did one for 2018, and people seem to enjoy that. So we're going to go and reflect back on the things that I did, and the games that I liked, the trophies that I got, most importantly, for 2019. So I've done some number crunching as I did last time. Got a few more stats this time, found some cool graphs and stuff, so it's going to be a little bit more, I was going to say technical, but it's really nice. Literally just some graphs that someone else made on a website that I have screenshotted, and I shall read them out to you. So we're going to start with trophy stuff and then move on to my, I think, games I played this year, and then my favourite games of the year. And then I've set myself some goals for next year. Last year I kind of had some goals that I kind of put of, like, I think I put 5 games that I wanted to platinum, and I think out of the 5 I might have only actually achieved 2. So that was pretty That's basically the benchmark for this video. Is last year I was so much better, and this year I have been so much worse. But I've actually set myself up, I've written it down rather neatly, I might add. I was quite, I just wanted to write all neatly. Some goals that aren't just trophy related. There's some more varied gaming goals. So then next year, hopefully I would have done a few more of these. So let's get back into it. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can really read rather than having to put the stats to my face. Okay, so all of these trophy stats that I've got, I did my research on the 27th of the 12th, and it's like a couple of days after that. So it may not be 100% accurate, but you get the idea, okay? I mean, most of what I did is in this list. So, firstly, apparently, I got 507 trophies across 26 games, which I think is less than last year. I think last year it was like 563, and I played 28 games. I also only leveled up once this year. Normally I'm on a good, like, leveling up twice a year, but this year I only went from level 27 to level 28, which is slightly sad. But I think as the time progresses, it is harder because they put the points up, don't they? So eventually it was going to slow. Also, I did take a bit of a break from gaming in the summer, so that also accounts for some of these sad stats. So in the breakdown of the trophies is bronze 376, silver 95, gold 28, and platinums 8. Womp, womp, womp. So that's behind par, really, because I was last year almost getting a platinum every month, and this time wasn't. But some of them are notably harder, I feel, you know. They took a little longer, and there actually are. I would have got 10, actually, to be fair. There's 2 games that I could have platinumed, but they weren't worthy enough to be on the road to 100. So I'm actually going to end up finishing the road to 100 and then having all these games that are like really quick games that have like one trophy left, and I'll just go like, poof, 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 and then get all those. So that'll be a fun day when I just like, yes, finally! Because it's like Persona 4 Dancing, or no, Persona 5 Dancing All Night and Concrete Genie, for instance. I mean, they're really simple platinums, but they're just not worthy. This whole road to 1 platinum has really thrown a spin on everything because I just want them to be the best games, alright? So according to this graph, my best month for trophies was August, where I earned 91 trophies, followed by April and January. Now I think that's quite interesting because I think in August was when I committed to platinuming Rise of the Tomb Raider, so that must be why I've got so many trophies for that, seeing as I'd hardly got any trophies in that. April is when Days Gone came out, so I'm thinking that might be why that's an influx. And then January was when Resident Evil 2 came out, and I literally played that pretty hardcorely that month. So that's that. What was my best day? So you can find out this like really granular stats on this True Trophies website, which I thought was quite interesting. Now, my best day last year was the 13th of October, where I earned 33 trophies, and those were all in Concrete Genie. Because that game was so quick, you would just pop in trophies like crazy, and I don't think I've ever, in the history of ever, earned, no, my next best day was 21 trophies. Oh, how cool is that? I've got 21. Oh my god, I had 4 days where I got 21 trophies. That's well weird. So my first platinum was GTA San Andreas, which I got on the 26th of January. Did I do that No, I did do that at home. Because I know I was playing it a lot at lunchtimes during work time. So the last trophy for that I got was the Los Santos Slayer. So that was kill 4,000 people. So that was a little bit of a grind. But overall, for a GTA game, this one is very achievable. Because you don't even have to get 100%. And I can't even imagine having to get 100% in San Andreas. Because there's so much you have to do. So I was quite thankful for that. And for a long time, I thought that might be the only GTA Platinum I ever got. But then times changed, and at the end of the year, well, we'll get to that one at the end of the year. Alright, so the next platinum I got that year was Full Moon from The Wolf Among Us. Now, I hadn't actually played The Wolf Among Us before that year. When did I first buy it? I think I bought it over the Christmas time, so I got that on the 30th of January. Wow, I got 2 platinums in January. Things were looking good at the beginning of the year. Oh, how it fell apart towards the middle. It was the middle. The end I sort of picked up a bit. But, yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. It's a telltale sort of affair, so nothing too difficult. It's all just going through, playing the game. But there was these collectible things that you had to fill in. Well, I don't want to say they were collectibles, but it's like you had to fill in these fable entries, which meant going back and replaying certain sections of the game, which were a little annoying to do. But at the end of the day, nothing too taxing. And also I found out, God, Bigby Wolf, I'm a sucker for a freaking, like, you know, deep-voiced anti-hero who's like, oh, I have to save the world. Good. That's more my Geralt voice, which is also the same sort of character. But I did love that game a lot, and I'm very excited for number 2. I'm so happy that that's back. Next platinum after that was one of my favourites, the Dark Souls. That's Dark Souls remastered. So famously, well, I say famously as if, you know, everybody knows, but probably don't. I did try and platinum this live on a live stream, and unfortunately failed and had to go back. Always remember your lists, people. Very important. So this is the second time I've platinumed Dark Souls. So I did it before on PS3, and God, I love this game so much. I remember saying back in the day when I was playing on PS3, like, oh, I wish I could play this game again and get all the trophies again. And my wish came true. And it's just, well, I don't know, there's something about the Dark Souls platinums that just makes me feel really satisfied at the end, because I don't know, it's like you have to play the game and beat all the bosses, then you have to go through and write like all the how to get all the stuff. I don't know, it just satisfies me somehow, and I'm not sure why. Platinum number 4 was a Resident Evil 2. Now this is actually really quite weird, because I didn't actually think that I would play this game. Someone lent it to me, and I got so into it and so addicted to it that I was like, I'm going to get the platinum now. So this is actually one of the ones I really like as well. When did I get this? I got this on the 20th of March. Oh, so I made up for the fact that I didn't actually get a platinum in February. I got 2 in March instead. So again, it's looking quite positive at the beginning of the year. I think I talk about this at length in another video about my thoughts on the Resident Evil 2 trophy list. But I had a lot of fun trying to get it. It does require a lot of replays, but I do like how it's sort of, all the playthroughs that you have to do require some different skills and learning the game and stuff, and that one pleased me. So then next on my list we got The Walking Dead, the final season. Now I really enjoyed this. Now The Walking Dead franchise for me, I played it quite late. I really liked the first one. The second one I didn't like. I hated the third one, and I was like worried about the fourth one. But thankfully they put Clem's story in a good place at the end. So again, another Telltale game. Got this one on the 7th of April. Oh, I have a fun fact about this one. So as you can see here, well, I think you can see here, there's only 935 achievers, because this is the disc version. So if we click on this, I think, because I beat this game rather quickly. I think I did it in like a week, because I was just like, we have to just do it. Because unlike the other Telltale games, a bit similar to the Wolf Among Us, you had to go back and get collectibles, and there was like things that you could only do on a second playthrough, because there was quite a lot of branching bits. So there was collectibles that you could only collect if you did this choice compared to this choice. So unless you were playing it with a guide and like making saves along the way so that you could do both and go back, you basically had to play the game again, which I did on a Sunday, and I spent the whole day playing it. And by the end of the day, when I finally finished the game, because for some reason, if we look at, so I know this is a bit of a ramble, but I had it in my head, because I had the game quite early, I was like, I could be in the list, because on the PSN profiles, there's like a list of the top 50 people that earn the platinum first, and I was like, if I get this platinum, I could do it. So it was like a race against time. I woke up really early on this Sunday, and I was like, right, I just need to play the game. I had like a list of what I wanted to do, and I just played it non-stop that whole day, and I like knew the worst parts of it, and I was like fighting so hard. At the end of it, I was like, yes, I've done it, and I was in the top 50. And then somehow, I'm not sure how, I guess people must have played it and not sunk their trophies up, I've slipped all the way down to 62, but I was in that top 50 for a short amount of time. I wish I took a screenshot of it, but I would never do that again. That was a taxing day. So this is platinum number 6. So as you can see, quite the gap. I didn't earn a platinum trophy in April, May, June, July, So it was 3 months of barren nothingness. I know what was happening in that barren nothingness, and it was a game we're going to talk about later. God damn. But yeah, no, I don't know. I just didn't really feel it. Also, I was doing other things. During that time, and I was just out of the gaming. Whatever. I wasn't feeling it. And then this was when I was like, okay, I need to commit to earning some platinum. So I've got this idea for the road to platinum 100. It's got to be the best of the best. So I looked at my list and I was like, it's you, Tomb Raider. We're coming back. We're doing you. So this was Rise of the Tomb Raider on the 17th of August. What can I say about this? The story didn't interest me whatsoever, really. It was more going through the motions. The gameplay was fun. I did enjoy the Survivor playthrough, but my god, the collectibles were something out of this frickin' world. Why? I just don't... I'm getting angry now just remembering how annoying this was. Like, it's a fine game. Stop littering your games with too many collectibles that make me despise your game. That's what I need to give up. I need to give up collectibles. It's just too annoying. So the 7th platinum I got was Days Gone, 1%er. That was on the 14th of September. Now, I have mixed feelings about this game. I played it when it came out, and I remember being like, oh, okay. I wasn't hyped for it, but I was like, you know what, I want to give it a go. And I remember being just disappointed because it just didn't really work properly. It was kind of slow. It did make my my PS4 have to hard reboot, and I had to rebuild the database, and I was not happy. But it was just kind of slow, and it was just like... And the Horde stuff really upset me because I really wanted that to be fun and to be good, because I remember playing a section of it before the game came out and being like, oh, this is so good. And then the whole game was never like that. But I'm glad that people are enjoying the game now. It's just me, and I spent far too much time playing it as well. And then the final trophy of the year for platinums was this one. I think this one is my favourite platinum of the year. I know I had 3 that I listed as my favourites, but I think it has to be this one. It's GTA Vice City, just because I genuinely thought that I would never get this platinum because of the fact that I really had to replay the game again, and it was just like taking the cannoli one was just a long, boring, like that. I forget about it now, but I did spend like a week just sort of working towards that one, taking the cannoli trophy, which was going through, getting the packages, and then I'd forgotten as well you had to do the crazy cone, which was like going round and round. Once that was done, the rest of it was a piece of cake. The rest of it was just playing the game. That was fun. So I think it was more the taking the cannoli one which really put me off for a long time. And once I got that, I was just happy. And as you saw in the video, I was managed to live my dreams and get a second GTA Platinum. Now there won't be any other GTA Platinums. Don't you worry about it, because I'm not doing GTA 4 and I'm not doing GTA 5 because it's just too much effort. But there you go. Those are my 8 platinums of the year. So as I said, favourite platinum, the award goes to... Oh wait, hang on a minute. I literally just gave it away, but let's just pretend I hadn't given it away. So, favourite platinum of the year, and the nominees are... So the nominees are Dark Souls, Resident Evil, and Vice City. Those are my 3 favourites, but I'm giving the favourite to Vice City. And then my least favourite platinum of the year... It's going to Days Gone, just because I didn't really feel anything when sometimes, you know, when you get a platinum trophy, you feel like, yes. But that one, I was just like, thank God, I have done it. It is time to move on and never play this game again. There's nothing particularly bad about it. I don't really know. I think if next year, if I was playing Days Gone next year, I would have stopped playing. But I just wanted to finish it because part of me, they had this carrot at the end that it was like, what happened to Sarah? What happened to Sarah? And I was like, but I want to know what happened to Sarah, so I have to keep playing. But they're like, oh, hey, Deke, you need to do this. Oh, hey, Deke, go and do this. Actually, we're not doing this anymore. I'm just going to pretend we have a mission for you to do, and then we're not going to do anything anyway. I have deep feelings. So yeah, I'm sorry, Days Gone, but you are my least favourite platinum of the year. Right, I keep whacking the microphone. I'm getting too impassioned with my hand movements, and I put my microphone there and I keep smacking it. Sorry. What are we doing next? Okay, next, let's go through my top 3 favourite games of the year. Now, honestly, if I'm going to be totally honest with you, I think my favourite game of the year is probably Red Dead Redemption 2, just because I know for 100% fact that's probably the game I've played the most. I mean, if I could see a sort of stats of how long I've played a game for, that's probably in the hundreds of hours. But I'm going to just commit to doing games that came out this year. So before I get into them, let's go through the games I did play this year, the brand new ones, that is. So at the start of the year, I did Resident Evil 2, then I did The Walking Dead the final season, then it was Days Gone, then it was Crash Team Racing, then Control, then Concrete Genie, then Outer Worlds, then Death Stranding. So as you can see, there's a few crucial ones missing from my list, but I didn't really don't really have time to play everything. I mean, nobody does, to be quite honest. And funny enough, last year I talked about which games I was well excited to play, and on that list was Borderlands 3 and Sekiro. As you can see, I played neither of them this year. I'm not really sure why. I think Sekiro, I was waiting to finish Dark Souls 3 before I played that. Funnily as well, that was voted Game of the Year in the Game Awards, a game I haven't played. So maybe I'll have to get to that next year. So these are the ones that we have to work with. Now, I've written down a list, but I really don't know what my third favourite game is, to be quite honest. Did I write it down on this page? No, I didn't. I haven't even told myself yet. I haven't actually decided. I've left it open. What's going to be my third favourite game? It's between two games. This is why I didn't commit, because I really don't know. It's not because... It's just not one is speaking to me as a third favourite. Okay, I've decided, okay. It was between Crash Team Racing and The Walking Dead, the final season. And I'm going to commit to saying The Walking Dead, the final season. Which might sound like bizarre, because that probably didn't come up on any list ever. But I did really enjoy playing it. I was just thinking, like, I enjoyed playing Crash Team Racing fine, but I'd played the game before, and I was getting hella mad at some of those end, like, bits. It was making me frustrated. Whereas The Walking Dead, I like the fact that it made me feel something when I played it. Like, I liked how they ended the story, I liked all the callbacks, and I think they did a good job at ending Clem's story and finding out what happened, and I don't know, I thought as well they did a good job at trying to, like, freshen up the Telltale sort of thing, and I'm really happy that they did manage to finish it. I know there was a lot of controversy about, because obviously Telltale got shut down, so I commend Skybound and everyone else for coming together and finishing the game, and so that we'd have that closure and stuff. So, okay, that's what I'm picking, sorry, Crash Team Racing. I do love you too, but, you know, old game is old, even though technically it was new. Second favourite game of the year is The Outer Worlds, because I, goddamn, love an RPG. And this, did I even talk about this game last year? I don't think I did. I think in my last year video, I didn't even have this on my radar, or did I? I'd have to watch the video to find out. But I've been looking forward to this game, and it was one of those games that I kept forgetting I was looking forward to, but a good old-fashioned RPG, one where I just get to be a nameless, faceless person. So when I'm nameless and faceless, I just imagine that I'm 100% me. But do I? Yeah, no, I do. And then, because I just like being able to say exactly what is written in the options. Like, I missed that so much. Like, playing Fallout 4, and it was like, do you want to say something vaguely sarcastic? Do you want to say yes or no? And it was like, I don't really know what my character is going to say when I click one of these. But this one, I like looking for the option and be like, I haven't played it in quite a while. And one of my things is to try and finish it. So I'm just trying to, like, recall the memories. Because when I did play it, I played it, like, hardcore for, like, 2 weeks. I haven't finished it yet, but I am going to. But I really loved all the companions. Like, you only get 6 of them. But all of them bar one, I was, like, really into all their stories, and I really enjoyed the quests and everything, and it's, like, a lot of, like, even like, within the first, like, sort of tutorial quest, when I got to the end, I was, like, so sure I was going to pick one of the options, and then my companion was like, actually, I don't know if you should do that, because blah, 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 and I was like, you know what, you are right, I was literally about to press the button that was going to do the thing that I thought I wanted to do, but you have changed my mind, good lady, and so that was like, damn, this game has got me. At first I was struggling a little bit with the combat, because I played it on hard, something I don't always do, but someone said I should, and I regretted it for a while. But then I was like, actually, now I'm into it, and I'm sort of like, you know, got my bearings. I'm cool with it. My favourite game of the year, without a shadow of a doubt, was Resident Evil 2. Total surprise. I literally, this time last year when I was making this video, I was like, I didn't even think about Resident Evil. I'd never played one before, zero interest in it, but only because someone lent it to me, I played it. And I'm not going to lie, that first playthrough that I did, which I did a Let's Play of, I absolutely hated the game. I was like, this is so dumb. I don't understand what's going on. I'm getting really frustrated. I feel like an idiot because I don't know these puzzles. But then when I finished it, I was like, oh, now that I know how to play the game, maybe I can do it better. And I think it was that addiction, that sort of loop of like, once you knew what was happening, finding the optimum paths to get certain items and then replay the game and stuff. Like, I remember going out for someone's birthday and I was just thinking about what I had to do when I got home. I was like yeah, person. In the back of my mind, it's like, so I need to go and get this thing from this room, and then if I go around that way, then I can go and get that. Oh, but then I've got to do this. I remember just being like, no, I've got to be present in the moment. But I just couldn't wait to keep playing it because I just had so much fun, and I'm really looking forward now to Resident Evil 3. Might have to play the first Resident Evil, the remake, just to sort of understand the characters or whatever. So there we are. Resident Evil 2 is my favourite game of the year. Now, you may have noticed that a lot of people talk about Control, and a lot of people are talking about Death Stranding. Control, I just can't get into it. I know that loads of people love it, and I've given it a good solid, I'd say 5 hours, but every time I try and play it again, I just don't feel it. Like, I feel like I'm just going through the motions, sort of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but I was just like, nah. And then Death Stranding is an interesting one, because I've played it once. I think it's hard when a game comes out at the end of the year, because you don't really get enough time to play it. But I did play it for like 5 hours on one day, and I remember being really into the story, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. But I just didn't like playing the game. And since that first 5 hours, I've never actually looked at it and been like, oh, I really want to play that again. It's not calling me back when there's other games that are. And I know that those people, again, really love Death Stranding. And then there's people that don't. I know it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I think I'd rather watch someone play it just to get the story rather than play it myself. But it is a weird one, because I did really enjoy those 5 hours I did play it. But I think as well, do you know what? That's what really annoyed me slightly. I've not played a Metal Gear Solid game. Okay, I know. Shock, horror, switch the video off. Leave, just leave if that offends you. But I had played Ground Zeroes, so maybe I was a little bit like new to this sort of style of game. But I just remember being like, "Hey Sam, did you know that you can open your thing and do this?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." "Hey Sam, you can also do this." Sam. And I was like, "Oh, for God's sake, there's so many things, so many menus. I was over menu whelmed, and that sort of put me off. There's a lot of just information thrown at you at the beginning, and now I feel like I've forgotten all that information, which is a struggle. But hopefully next year I will go back to it. So there we are, my top 3 favourite games of the year: The Walking Dead, The Outer Worlds, and Resident Evil 2. So that's everything for 2019. Now let's look ahead to 2020. So I've got just written here, before we get to my goals, my favourite, well, not my favourite, but the games that I'm looking forward to playing next year. List is a little sparse. I did have a quick look. I'm hoping that things will surprise me. So let's go for Cyberpunk. I'm kind of on the fence about Cyberpunk, because I do love The Witcher a lot. But something about first person puts me off. And I know I just said I love The Outer Worlds, but I sort of let bygones be bygones for that. So maybe I will like this game. I like futuristic stuff, and as I said, I'm a big fan of The Witch, so I'm hoping I'll like this. Also, Resident Evil 3. As I've played Resident Evil 2 now and really liked it, I'm like so hyped for this one. Persona 5, the Royale. Now I put this one here because I liked Persona 5 a lot. Can I commit to playing the Persona 5 Royale? The Persona 5 the Royale even? I hope so. I'd like to think so. I don't like thinking that I'm going to miss out on things, and I do love that game a lot. So I'm going to put that there. And then finally, obviously, The Last of Us Part 2 is like number 1, the biggest game that I'm looking forward to next year. So let's see how many of these games I don't play, seeing as last year I listed a bunch of games and never played them anyway. Alright, now we're going to go for some goals for 2020, and then next year when I make this video, I'm going to 100% see if I've done them. So goal number 1, finish Dark Souls 3, and at least play Sekiro, because I feel like I will like it, and I should probably play the quote-unquote Game of the Year. Number 2, play Borderlands 3, ? Do I want to play Borderlands 3? Has anybody played it that's watching this video? Do you recommend? As someone who's only played Borderlands 2 and really enjoyed it, should I play it? Yes, no, maybe not. Get the speedrun trophy for Uncharted 2. It's been so long, it's about dang time. So I'm going to go back and going to commit to that. That's 100% happening. Complete games in a quicker time instead of jumping around. So I have a bad habit of like playing a game for like 2 weeks and then playing something else for 3 weeks and then just jumping around all over the place. I need to start committing, alright? I don't have time to be jumping around and letting things get left on the wayside, which kind of relates to goal number 7, which is stop playing games I'm not enjoying. I'm looking at you, Days Gone. And then the final one, the big one, reach platinum number 100. Dun dun dun! If I don't do it this year, then I'm really dragging my heels. So hopefully that happens. And then I've put in a little bracket, complete Destiny Platinum, ? Basically, if I'm going to get this Destiny Platinum, I need to form a super group of people. I don't know how to go about forming a super, and they're literally going to have to carry me, because I know nothing about the game anymore. So if you know anybody that could literally carry me through the raid flawlessly, then maybe I can live my hopes and dreams of getting the Destiny plaques. I always look at it, I always think about it, and it always haunts me in my dreams. So there you go, that is everything 2019 related that I have to say about the gaming world. Will I complete my goals for next year? You have to wait a whole year to find out. That is a pretty long cliffhanger. Not as long as when Sherlock jumped off that building. That was a pretty long cliffhanger to wait for. That was like 2 years or something. That was a ramble. This whole video has been one long ramble. If you stuck to the end, I salute you, because God knows I can talk about stuff that I'm really into forever on end. So do let me know in the comments below, so it's not just me just talking out into the universe about my thoughts. Anything you want to talk about 2019, what your favourite game was, what your favourite platinum was, what games you're looking forward to next year, because I feel like my list is pretty sparse. I've only put like 4 games down. There must be more than 4 games that I'm A, going to play that are brand new next year, and B, looking forward to. So hopefully there'll be some surprises in there. And if you have any goals for 2020, and then you can see next year when you come back to this video, hopefully, if you've completed your goals as well as if I've completed mine. Here's hoping for a better year for all of us. So I shall see you all next year. Thank you so much for all your support this year, and I look forward to making some more videos in the next year, decade, forever, maybe, who knows, hopefully, I don't know where I'm going with all of this, my whole life. This has turned into an existential crisis at the end of this video. So until the next video, whatever that will be, I shall see you all next time.